Hey everybody, I am here to show you how to make a quick video in Adobe Express. It's super fun and super easy, so let's get to it. Now, before you do anything in Adobe, the first thing you want to do is create all of the things that you're going to put into the video. Okay, that's really important. So professionals will always do this. They create all the stuff first and then they edit it all together, right? Like when they make a movie, they do all the filming first and then they take all that footage and they spend a few months editing. Okay, we don't have that kind of time, but you're going to make your stuff first. So take a couple days to make the video clips that you want to make. If you want any title slides, you could make those in Google Slides and then export them as a JPEG.jpg. That'll give you an image. You can also do title slides in Adobe, so I'll show you how to do that as well. But any video clips that you want, make those. Any pictures that you want, save those. But what I want you to do is make sure that you save them all in one folder. That's really, really important. Anytime you're working with video, that's the first thing you do is you create a folder, you name it whatever your project is, and you save all the components into that folder. So I can show you here on my machine. I have saved a folder called MM8 Video. And here are all the components of my video. So I'm going to use some pieces from this video clip, some pieces from this video clip. I'm going to use this picture, and I'm going to use this title slide that I made. I made it in PowerPoint, but you can do the same thing in Google Slides. You just make a slide and then do File, Export, JPEG, and that makes a picture, okay? So I have everything I need in here. Now, notice I don't have any music in here. That's okay because Adobe Express has music built into it. So I don't have to go find stuff and make sure that it's copyright free because, you know, you can't play stuff on YouTube if it's copyright. So you can't play stuff off the radio. It has to be things that are fully accessible and free to use. So Adobe Express will help us with that. So I have everything in this folder, MM8 Video. Now I'm ready to go to Adobe. Now to get to Adobe, you're going to type in online new.express.adobe.com. Hopefully you've got a link to that in your Google Classroom, and that's how you'll get to Adobe Express. Now, once you get into Adobe Express, the first time that you're in, you're going to have to log in, and what you're going to want to do is choose Login with Google, and then click on your Avondale Google account, and that should get you right in. And you should come to this screen right here. Now, when you first get to the screen, it may want to give you a little tour. Go ahead and do that. It'll show you where each part of the program is in case you forget what I said in this video. So go ahead and do the little tour. It only takes a couple seconds. And then it's going to give you this screen right here with all kinds of options. We're going to choose video. And then notice that there's a zillion different kinds of videos here. We want the one that just straight up says video right here. So right next to YouTube video, it says video 1920 by 1080. That's the one we want. We're going to hit create from scratch. All right, and it gives us a nice area for our video. And you'll notice down here at the bottom, there are some scenes. The first one is already clicked on for us, and then it says add scene. So anytime you're gonna change something in your video, maybe it's a video clip and then you're gonna go to a picture, the picture would be in a new scene, okay? So every time you do something different, you're gonna add a new scene. And let's go ahead and fill up this first one. So notice the first one says 5 seconds, 5S. We're going to put a title slide here. We do not need 5 seconds. So I'm going to show you how you can shorten that. So we're going to go upload from device, and I'm going to go find that folder. I put mine on the desktop. Here's my MM8 video, and here's all my stuff. Okay, here's my title slide. So I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to hit open. And there it goes. Now, the first thing you're going to notice is it did not take up this whole white space. Well, that looks really tacky, okay? So we're gonna make it fit the whole space. So what we're gonna do is click on it and then just use these little circles to make it a little bigger. There, that looks better, okay? And now I've got to address this 5-second thing because I don't need it on there for 5 seconds. That's way too boring, right? So remember in video, like everything's quick. You want everything to go really, really quickly. So we go to the end of this video, and notice how my mouse pointer changed to a little line. When it changes to that line, that means I can drag it. So I'm going to keep dragging it until I get to 3 seconds. There it is. And I'm going to let go. So now that title slide will stay on there for 3 seconds. That's plenty. So there's a couple of ways that you can make title slides or informational slides to put in your video. If you're really comfortable with Google Slides, you might want to just do it in there. You might be really quick at it and could do it pretty quickly that way. So I'll show you that way. So we've got some themes over here. I'm just going to pick something that's kind of cool. So I could do this, and maybe I could put a title slide on here. Maybe it's an announcement about something, and so you want to have a couple of slides of information. So maybe I put another one that has the date and the time, and then maybe there's a third slide with some more details, right? So I would obviously type all of this stuff out, but so let's just pretend that you have all that information in there. You have these 3 slides that you want to use to announce something, okay? And maybe you want to do a voiceover with it. And so all you need is the images of those slides. So in Google, all you have to do, you might want to save this. So MM8 video, we'll just call it. And that way I'll remember how to get back to it, okay? We're going to export this or take it out of Google and put it into our Chromebook as a JPEG. JPEG is an image, right? So we're going to go JPEG image like this. The only problem is in Google Slides, it only lets you do one at a time. So let's make sure we know which one we're on. We're on the first slide. So we're going to download it. Okay, and then it downloaded, and then I'm going to do the second one the same way. File, download, JPG, and then click on the third one. File, download, JPG. Okay, now I'm going to go find those pictures in my downloads folder. Here they are. Okay, so I'm going to copy those, right click and copy, and I'm going to paste them in that folder with all my stuff in it. So I'm going to add them right there. Okay, so that's one way I can do it. The other way you can do it is straight in Adobe Express. So here we are in Adobe Express. I'm going to click on a new scene. And let me move this out of the way. I'm going to go to Photos. And Adobe has a ton of them already built in here. Okay, so there's some cool background ones. Notice that some are up and down, like for a phone. You don't want to use those. Okay, so I'm going to actually delete that. Get rid of that. But there are some that are sideways. So there's one like this. Okay. There's one like this. So you can pick whichever one you want. There's a whole bunch of different ones in here. So let's say I like this backpack one. Again, I've got to make it big so it fits the screen. And then I can add text over here. So if I hit the T for text, and then I hit add your text, I can type whatever I want in here. So I could easily put a title in here or whatever it is I wanted. Okay, so that's the other way to do it. Very easy. Just make sure you add a new scene every time you want a new slide. Okay, and then you've got to go back to, you got to close out of text and then go back to your photos to be able to do that. Okay, so lots of different options. You could do a background color if you prefer and just do like a color. And then you could do your text right on top of there, like that. So any way that you want to do it. Okay. Okay. The next thing I want to do is edit a piece of video. There's a clip that I want, but I only want part of it. Same thing might have happened to you. You might have filmed on your phone, but you don't want the first 2 takes. You just let the camera roll. You want that third one. So I'm going to show you how to get that. So we're going to hit upload from device. I'm going to start with this one. Oh, now I already did something wrong because I didn't click on new scene. So it went onto the same scene. So I'm going to click this and hit delete on my keyboard to get rid of that. Add scene and then upload from device. And video. Now it'll go right after my title slide, which is what I wanted it to do. Okay. Now what I have to do, I'm going to move this out of the way. What I have to do is find the spot where I wanted it. And I know it's right after this, it's actually right after some blue slides. But it sometimes takes a minute for the graphics to kind of catch up as I'm scrolling. So I'm just going to do it a little at a time. Oh, here we go. There's people, but it's before the people. There it is right there. I want this, and I want part of the people talking. So I'm going to click on the clip. I'm going to move this to the spot that I want. So right there at the beginning of this, that's what I want to start with. So what I want to do is split this clip so that I can get rid of the first piece and keep the second piece. Okay. So I'm just going to right click. Now that I have this in the right spot, I'm going to right click and hit split. Now it has made those two different pieces of video. Okay. The first one I don't even need. So I'm going to click on the first one and hit delete on my keyboard. And I got rid of it. So now if you look, and I'll go back here, here's my title slide. And now look, it goes right into this little video. All right, that's kind of fun to start announcements with, right? So I got this live announcements are starting now. And then I'm going to keep my broadcasters in here for just a little bit. All right, so let's say I want to stop it right there, okay? So I was playing it and then I paused it to stop it. Here's where it's paused. Again, I'm going to right click and split the clip. Okay, now this time I want to keep the first half, not the second half. So there's the first half, here's the second half. I'm going to click on it and hit delete. Okay, so now I've got two video clips from that video that I want to use. Okay, let's see. Now let's say that I am doing, I don't know, let's pretend you're doing a segment on something where you want to do a voiceover. Okay, you want to talk about it and do a voiceover. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to go add scene. And this is going to be a really wonky video. This wouldn't really be what you're doing, right? Like yours is all going to be cohesive. I'm just showing you how to do each piece. So I'm going to go to upload from device again, and I'm going to pick this pretty picture of Anakeesta in Tennessee, where I visited this summer. Again, notice that this doesn't fill up the space, so I'm going to make it do that. And I'll just kind of center it on there nice. All right, there we go. Now this one I'm going to keep, it's at 5 seconds. I might actually need to make it longer, depends on my voiceover. So you can actually do a voiceover right from Adobe Express. Pretty easy to do. So over here on the left panel, we're going to choose audio, and we can record a voiceover right here. Okay. So let's try it. So let me go ahead and click. All right, and notice it sees my microphone because all these little dots are going. You should have a microphone on your Chromebook. That should work just fine. If not, you might need to use your teacher's Surface, but you've got some voiceover going on there. And I'm going to hit start recording. 3, 2. Anakeesta is a really cool amusement park at the top of a mountain in Tennessee. All right, I'm going to hit finish. Okay, now notice my voiceover is longer than the picture, so I want to make it match, right? So I can just take this picture and just drag it to the end of the blue here, and now it ends with the voiceover. Okay, so that's how you do a voiceover. Put whatever pictures you want on the screen and then add your content. Okay, you can do that with a video too. If you have like a silent video and you want to add a voiceover, you can do that as well. So for example, if you were doing like some sort of announcement where you wanted to make some slides, you could make those slides in Google Slides, export it as an MP4, that's a video, and then you could plop it in here and do a voiceover and just start your recording and do your voiceover. Okay, so pretty easy to use. All right, let's see. Let's finish it up here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, let me show you how to do music. So we don't have any music happening in here. We have talking here, so we don't really need music here. And we have a voiceover here, but I really wanted some music at the very beginning. Okay, so I can do that as well. I'm going to close out the voiceover. We're back in audio, and these are all the audio things that we have here. There's tons and tons of it. Okay, so you can pick whatever you want in here. You can listen to them ahead of time if you want. I'm just going to go ahead and click one of the first ones. So I'm going to click this one. Notice it added it right in there, but it added the whole song, so it went all the way across my video. Now I probably don't want it to do that because it's going to be really distracting. Like if I play it here, you can kind of hear how the music is louder than the talking, so I really don't want that. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to make this shorter so it just is at the beginning. So it's just at my intro. So it just depends on what kind of video you're doing. If you're doing an announcement and you just want to do slides and music, you could do that. If you want to do slides with a voiceover, you could do that. So it just depends on how you want to get your information across. I will say that probably the best way is to have visuals and talk at the same time. So when you're giving people information both ways, they understand it a little bit better. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So this is a weird video again, but we're going to move this over here so we can see what we have from the beginning. So I'm going to hit play. Okay, so that's all we have. So of course your videos are going to be much more cohesive about whatever topic you're talking about. And then when you're done with it, so now I think I like it the way it is, right? Then we are going to export it. So again, that's really simple to do. In the upper right hand corner, you have something here that says download. So you're going to click on download. Keep everything the same. It should be MP4 1080p. And you're going to hit download, and it should go to your downloads folder on your computer. So then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take that file from your Chromebook and upload it to your Google Drive. So you're going to want to go to your Google Drive and then just do new, file upload, and then go to your downloads folder, and you should see your video there. And then just go ahead and upload that to your Google Drive. That way you'll be able to share it with myself and with your teacher, and then that way I can make that final video for you. However, I will challenge somebody. If somebody wants to try this, you could actually do your entire video in Adobe Express. So if everyone shared their videos with you, you could put them in there in order the way that you want them for your broadcast, and then download that big final video, and then I could publish that to YouTube for you. So if someone wants to try it, that would be amazing. And if you have any questions, you can email me, and I would be happy to help. So have fun with Adobe Express. I think you're going to love it.